Imagine this, a very wealthy donor wants to give your nonprofit $10,000 every month for free, but the only rule is if you don't spend it, you lose it. Well, that's exactly what happens every single month with the Google Ad Grant. And in my experience, the vast majority of nonprofits are not able to spend anywhere near the entire $10,000 that you're given every single month. In this video, I'm gonna give you some hacks to make sure your nonprofit spends every cent that Google gives to you. Let's do it. Well, hey guys, my name's Thomas from ReachRight. We put out new content like this multiple times every week. So if this is the kind of thing that's helpful to your church or nonprofit, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Now you probably already know this, but for nonprofits, Google gives a $10,000 a month grant that you can use for free ads on their platform. It's really totally free. And if you haven't checked yet and want to see if you're eligible, we've actually made a totally free eligibility checker. I'm going to put a link to it down in the description so you can find out once and for all if your nonprofit qualifies. But if you already have the grant, one thing I'll bet you've already experienced is the fact that spending all $10,000 of the money that Google gives you is easier said than done. Here at ReachRight, we've helped over 200 nonprofits, and I can't tell you how many times we've taken on a new client and got into their back end of the Google AdWords account, only to find that they've been able to spend $50 to $100 a month of the $10,000 that they're entitled to. And the sad news is if you're not spending it, it doesn't roll over to the next month. It's gone forever. So finding ways to spend as much of that grant money as possible is of the utmost importance. So what I want to share with you in this video is the 4 steps that we take every time we bring on a new client to help manage their Google grant, to help get them up and running and actually spending as much as possible of that $10,000. The first thing we do is we try to expand their keyword strategy. One of the biggest mistakes I see nonprofits making is that you have a very limited set of keywords that just don't have enough search volume. We work with a lot of churches here at ReachRight, and the obvious keyword that most churches already have in their account are things like churches or churches near me or churches in my city. And those are great keywords. If someone's typing that into Google, chances are they're looking for a church in their community. The problem is there's just not enough people doing those kinds of searches. Unless you're in the biggest metropolitan areas in the country and you have a relevant site to go along with it, you're not going to be able to spend more than a few $100s with just those very limited search terms. So the solution is to broaden your terms. First of all, we recommend for anybody using the Google grant that you use broad match keywords. Google breaks down their keywords into 3 different types: exact match, phrase match, and broad match. An exact match is you only want to show your ads to people that type that exact term into the search engine. A phrase match is when you want to show your ads to people that type in something that means kind of the same thing as your search term that you put in. The broad match is the broadest form, as the name implies, and it lets Google do a lot of the thinking, and it shows your ads to anybody that they think would be searching for something like the keyword that you've chosen. So right out of the gate, if we choose a broad match approach, you're gonna have a wider audience. Beyond that, you wanna be targeting high cost keywords. You see, there's a reason why some keywords cost more than others. It's because they've been proven with other advertisers that there's a lot of value for people that are searching for those terms. You can use the Google Keyword Planner or a host of other tools to try and find some of those high cost keywords, and chances are the ones that cost more will be the most valuable to your organization. The next thing we recommend if you're trying to maximize all $10,000 of the Google grant is that you focus on making multiple, very diverse campaigns in your account. Again, so many organizations get stuck just targeting keywords around their primary service that they offer. But in fact, a lot of people are searching for content adjacent to the things that you offer. Let's go back to a church as a way of illustration. If you're only targeting people looking for churches near me, there's a very limited search volume for those kinds of terms. But if you broaden your search terms into other areas that your church serves, it can really reach a much wider audience. Churches should have ad campaigns for youth ministry and children's ministry and what you do for marriages if you offer marriage retreats, and any host of other ministries that your church offers. You can create campaigns campaigns around each one of those. And while the number of people searching for churches near me might be low, you can bet that in just about every community, there's people searching for marriage advice or parenting advice, and you can create content and campaigns around these kinds of keywords to reach a broader audience. Focus on some seasonal campaigns. Are people searching different things around Christmas time or maybe Giving Tuesday that you may be able to capitalize on? Create campaigns around some of those seasonal events, and at least in those months, you should be able to spend all $10,000 of your funds. Now, the next thing we do with every new nonprofit that we bring on board is we make sure that we expand your target audience as far as we can. Because we're playing with house money, it makes sense for us to really use a broad audience. Now, this is going to be different from nonprofit to nonprofit because maybe you serve a local area and you can't serve people on the other side of the country. But here's the thing to remember is that you can actually create content on your site for people all over the world. Let's say you run a nonprofit that helps with homeless initiatives in Portland, Oregon. Well, obviously, most of your audience is going to be people in and around the city of Portland, but there are people all over the country, if not all over the world, that are looking for more resources when it comes to how to help the homeless community in their area. What's stopping your nonprofit from not just helping the people of Portland, but actually helping people all over the world? I've seen many nonprofits take this wider net approach, and it actually helps you to make a bigger impact all over the world. And I can't tell you the number of times that I've heard of people partnering and donating to nonprofits that aren't even in their area just because they fell in love with the vision. So yes, are you best able to serve people that live right there in your community? Sure, but you can broaden your outreach, reach a wider audience, and in a lot of cases, engage people you never thought you'd be able to engage and turn them into people that are partners with your organization. Next, and this might be the most important piece of advice that I have, is you have to look hard at the content on your website. Chances are, if you're not showing up in searches, it's not because you don't have the right keywords, but it's because those keywords aren't on your website. Now, I've been helping nonprofits do the Google Ad Grant since 2013, and so things have changed here a lot. It used to be that any keyword I would put in there, we could actually rank for. But now Google has really wised up to the fact that when we're giving people $10,000 of free money, well, we have to make sure that they're using it properly. So their algorithms are designed to scan your website and make sure that you're sending relevant traffic to relevant pages on your site. Remember how I described a church that maybe was trying to target other ministries? And let's say you tried to do a set of ads that's geared towards people that are experiencing marital challenges. Well, that would really work great, but only if you have a lot of content on your site that's designed to help people that are experiencing marital challenges. Google is not going to send people looking for marriage advice to your church service page or your contact page or your youth ministry page. It needs to see that the content on your site aligns with the very things that people are searching for. So the solution here is make sure you have really great content on your site that matches the keywords that people are actually using. Build a page on your site dedicated to helping people with marriage problems. Have a form at the bottom that people can fill out if they're looking to go to some counseling for marriage. Have links to other articles on there that will help people overcome some of their marriage challenges. Create content like this and you'll get more traffic to your site. And here's one more thing we do for nonprofits when they first get started with us here, is we want to make sure that we are using their optimization score in their campaign. This is a super helpful tool that every campaign is going to have an optimization score where Google gives you a percentage of how good they think your actual campaign is. It measures the quality of your keywords, the content on your site, the actual ads that you've created, your audience. It takes a holistic approach and gives you a score and then gives you very real recommendations on things you can do to improve your actual score there. And remember, this is right from the horse's mouth, so Google knows what it wants, and we find if you use these optimization scores and try your best to max them out at 100%, you will see an increase in the amount of traffic you're able to send to your site. Those are the main things that we do for every new client that comes on to help them get up and running and maximize all $10,000 of that budget. But the thing to remember with all of this is that it is kind of a balancing act. One of the keys for Google is if you want to stay compliant with the grant, you have to have a 5% click-through ratio. That means at least 1 out of every 20 times Google shows your ad, someone has to click on it. If you continually put out irrelevant ads for irrelevant keywords for content you don't actually serve on your site, your click-through ratio is going to start to plummet. So it's really important that you keep an eye on that. To help you out, we actually have a whole other video that I'm gonna link to right here that goes over click-through ratios and really does a whole deep dive on exactly how you're supposed to set up your Google Grant account so that you can get the best results. You'll wanna watch this next.